Question 4, outsourcing inpatient care to India. Global healthcare has arrived. In 2003, Canadian resident Terry Salo flew to India to have his hip replaced. He paid only a quarter of the cost of similar treatments in the US and shaved a year off his waiting time for free care in Canada. The very satisfied Mr. Salo played golf a month later. Mr. Salo is not alone. 60,000 foreign patients flocked to India's Apollo hospitals to obtain cheaper and quicker medical care than was available in their home countries. Apollo, founded in 1983 as a single hospital, has grown into a 37-hospital chain with 6,400 beds and marketing offices in London and Dubai. Apollo's overall private mission is to provide world-class healthcare to India, but also profit by substituting high-end medical care to Western patients at a fraction of the cost. Apollo also conducts patient billing for U.S. firms and does clinical trials for large pharmaceuticals. Another area of company expertise is medical tourism. A patient can schedule a seaside resort vacation to convalesce from their surgery as soon as they are well enough to travel. The consulting firm McKinsey & Company expects this combination of medical care and tourism in India to approach $2 billion a year by 2012. How does the concept of elasticity of demand relate to this topic? First, I have, what was that word? Covalesce? Cover one's health and strength over a period of time after an illness or operation. I certainly didn't know that. Maybe you did. Good on you if you did. Interesting. Okay. So the question here is, how does the concept of elasticity of demand relate to this topic? So if we remember correctly, elasticity of demand is the percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change in price. I think this applies to the states more than anything. In Canada, we have the waiting times, but in the states, a lot of people are on the hook to pay for their own healthcare. So there's probably a lot of people out there that are in need of a hip replacement, but don't want to pay for it. So given the ability to slash the price by, I think, 3/4, they said. What do you say? Paid only a quarter of the cost of similar treatments in the US. So if the price was reduced by 75%, I think a lot of people that need a hip replacement would then go, their quantity demanded for hip replacement would go through the roof. I would expect it to be pretty elastic. And our junior tutor said the price elasticity demand is highly elastic in this case. Thousands of foreign patients are coming to India for quicker and cheaper medical treatment, and the demand in India is very much dependent on the cost of these treatments in their home countries. India is experiencing heavy demand only because the cost of these treatments is very high in their own countries. Obviously, if you're a US citizen and you could pay the same price for a hip replacement in India as you would in the United States, you would just go and get your hip replaced in the United States because you already live there. Where was I? Demand in India is very much dependent on the cost of these treatments in their home countries. India is experiencing heavy demand only because the cost of these treatments is very high in their own countries, or in the above case, Canada. Patients coming to India are benefiting from low cost and quality treatment. Now, a slight change in the prices or cost of these treatments at Apollo Hospital would cause a significant change in the demand for these treatments in India. These treatments in India, which are substitutes for those given in their home countries, can easily be replaced if the price in India rises, since the patients are getting almost the same medical care and good quality treatment both in India and home countries. The main reason for them coming to India is only the cost. So if the cost were to increase, there's a high chance that demand would also fall, as there is a high possibility that patients will receive treatment only in their home countries. Again, if the cost of these treatments goes down in India, there's a high possibility that patients from all over the world will come to India to get their treatment done. Moreover, the medical tourism concept will also attract patients to come to India for a resort vacation. Therefore, in the above case, the price elasticity demand is highly elastic. A little change in the price of these treatments will cause a major change in the demand for it. Also, in the above case, the demand curve will be flatter. I'm going to keep this in my back pocket if I ever need my hip replaced. Going on vacation and not having to wait for a hip replacement and not paying that much sounds like a pretty good time. So I thought that was I think that was actually a really awesome write-up by our junior tutor. I don't know how to identify them, but this is me giving them their flowers. Well done.